Пройдемся, поболтаем. Да. Я ж вроде покупал на оружие, или я уже их поставил?
Shepard, how can I help?
Have you got a minute to talk?
Yes, good timing, in fact. Excellent. Made breakthrough. Can share results while next samples grow. Hate waiting for culture analysis. Never fast enough. Usually no result in advance. Just checking work. Have to be careful. Getting off track. Discovery. Based on Prothean collector connection, can examine technology, chart Reaper species modification, fall of Protheans.
Tell me what happened.
Early stages similar to indoctrination. Can
Серия
guess
будет, скорее всего, очень
Protheans
долгая
lost
или
intelligence
поделенная
over
на две
several
части.
cloned generations. Cybernetic augmentation widespread afterward. As Protheans failed, Reapers added tech to compensate. Mental capacity almost gone, replaced by overworked sensory input transfers. Transmitting data to masters.
Does knowing how the Protheans fell tell us anything useful about how to stop the Collectors? Or the Reapers?
Not yet. More useful as motivation. Effects on Protheans more than indoctrination, body modification. No self-preservation instinct. Old injuries not healed, no reproduction, just cloning. Technology overriding biology, not augmenting. No art, no culture, closer to husks than slaves. Tools for Reapers. Protheans dead, Collectors just final insult. Must be destroyed.
I didn't think you needed any more motivation than you already had to stop the Collectors.
Enjoyed challenge. Saw necessity of attack on Collectors after Plague on Omega. Their work, my people. Hard to care about two armies. One wins, one loses. Always work to do after. Now, have more context. See what Collectors are. Wasn't looking for other work before. Don't mean to imply that. Just committed now. Won't let you down.
You said the Collectors had no art. I had no idea you cared about that kind of thing.
Personal interest negligible. Sang a little. Multi-species productions for cultural exploration. Gilbert and Sullivan always had me do the patter songs. But not about me. Cultural artistic expression reflects philosophical evolution, interest in growth, perspective, observation, interpretation. Suspect you won't see any art in collector base. Culturally dead. Tools for Reapers. Worse than the Geth.
Наверное, даже у гетов есть какая-никакая там, может быть, культура, ну, искусство или что-нибудь в таком
I'm
духе.
sorry. I know that was important, but you performed Gilbert and Sullivan?
I am the very model of a scientist Solarian. I've studied species Turian, Asari, and Batarian. I'm quite good at genetics as a subset of biology because I am an expert, which I know is a tautology. My xenoscience studies range from urban to agrarian. I am the very model of a scientist Solarian.
И после такого я пошел. Не, ну хотя бы сделали бы такую что-нибудь типа поаплодировать или что-нибудь в таком
What is it
духе.
about the Collector's modification that bothers you
Потом
so
как
much?
так вот заканчивается без какого-то, без какой-то реакции.
Advancement due to intelligence overcoming, compensating for limitations. Can't carry a load, so invent wheel. Can't catch food, so invent spear. Limitations. No limitations,
такое
no
неловкое
advancement.
молчание.
No advancement, culture
Такая,
stagnates.
ладно, давайте другой вопрос.
Works other way too. Advancement before culture is ready. Disastrous. Saw it with Krogan. Uplifted by Solarians. Disastrous. Our fault.
You blame the Solarians for what the Krogan did?
Yes, like giving nuclear weapons to cavemen. Krogan unprepared for spaceflight, technological advance. Krogan could have evolved alone, worked out aggression, been ready to use new tech responsibly. Instead, Solarians came, disrupted Krogan culture, used Krogan as blunt instrument against Rachni. Short-sighted. Foolish.
If you feel that way, why did you work on the genophage modification?
Talked before. Best option. That or kill them all. If around during first contact, would have argued against it. Wasn't there then. Do what I can.
Thanks for sharing what you've learned, Morton.
Proud to be here, Shepard. Thank you for including me.
Ну, это без проблем. С тобой интересно. Умный человек всегда интересен.
There is nothing more absolute than the oath of an Asari Justicar. You did well getting Samara on our side. She is so elegant and gorgeous. Too bad her manner is just so cold.
Ну
I didn't
давай.
recruit her for her looks. The Normandy already has you, Kelly.
Да-да-да.
You are just too sweet.
Подлиза.
What's up?
Is there anything I should know?
You have unread messages at your private terminal. Samara would like to see you in observation on the crew deck.
Уже?
Anything else, Commander?
That'll be all.
I'll be here if you need anything.
Я с ней еще не общался, она уже хочет со мной увидеться.
another dangerous alien aboard, Commander. Thanks. Why can't you collect coins or commemorative plates or something?
Зачем, если я собираю опасных чужаков?
What do you think about the people we're picking up?
Well, about it seems like Zaid is. It's just my opinion.
Понятно.
See you, Commander.
У Джокера, как обычно, одни только разговоры про Гаруса да про Заида. Что у нас там за письмо? И не одно. Детектив Аная. Здравствуйте, капитан. Не уверена, что это письмо дойдет до вас, но все же хочу еще раз поблагодарить вас за помощь Самаре. Наемники из отменя теперь притихли, и мое начальство тоже. Не знаю, связано ли одно с другим, но надеюсь, что когда я встречу юстициара в следующий раз, сумею отнестись к ней с должным уважением. До сих пор не могу поверить, что расследовала дело с юстициаром. Повезло же вам. Если я узнаю что-нибудь еще по ее вопросу, то дам ей знать. Спасибо. Детектив Аная, полиция Илиума. Ориана Лоусон, кавычки. Ну, в скобочках. Надеюсь, что пишу по нужному адресу. Я Ориана. Моя сестра рассказывала мне совсем немного, но ей, видимо, не пришло в голову, что я не глупее нее. Я подсуетилась и нашла информационного посредника, который дал мне этот адрес. Я поблагодарила сестру, но так как и не поблагодарила за помощь вас. Мои родители не в курсе, но я знаю, как много сделала Миранда для меня за все эти годы, как она заботилась обо мне. Я не скажу родителям. Я хочу по-прежнему учиться и продолжать образование. Но я хочу сказать вам, я знаю, что вы спасли меня. Все эти годы у меня был свой ангел-хранитель. Я не знаю, есть ли у моей сестры кто-нибудь. Она говорила, что работает на вас, и было ясно, что вы заняты чем-то опасным. Проследите, чтобы сестра вернулась живой. Ладно? Ариана. По скриптум. Не говорите сестре о моем письме, она разозлится. Еще по скриптум. Миранда, перестань читать письма капитана и не притворяйся, что не читаешь их. Я бы точно прочла. Мы под колпаком, господа. За нами следят.
Commander, can I help you with something?
I'm more interested in just talking for a bit.
Sounds good. I could use some downtime. There's always something, right? The way some people talk, we may as well be dead already. Hard for the crew to relax on this kind of job.
No
У нас
kidding.
есть бар.
The next Normandy gets a lounge.
They better not need to do this again.
Только там Касуми
Rebuilding
обитает,
everything
но
was a
бар
pain in
есть.
the ass.
I can verify that.
Yeah, I bet you can. I doubt they'll front the money to stitch me back together if we screw it up. It's a hell of a job, isn't it, Shepard? Being the good guys.
Hey, don't bury us too soon. We need a positive attitude if we're gonna stand a chance.
I'll march into whatever hell you want, but not with a fake smile on my face. Nothing positive about grinning like an idiot. Don't worry, I'll be ready. But you owe me some decent R&R when we're done. Talk to you later, Shepard.
Все. Вот и поговорили. Следующая остановка. У нас тут много с кем поговорить.
I can't believe the collectors were once Protheans.
I always pictured Protheans being regal, not giant bugs.
Who knows what the Reapers did? Shepard, need me for something?
Have you got a minute?
Can it wait for a bit? I'm in the...
Понятно.
I'll be here if you need me.
С Гарусом у нас походу все. Разговоры закончены. О, Миранда.
Thanks again, Shepard. Taking the time to help me with my sister. I couldn't have reached Oriana in time without your help. I'm glad Niket tried to redeem himself, for what good it did. Thank you for stopping me, Commander.
Sounds like you had a soft spot for Niket after all.
I didn't have many friends. Niket was one of them. He never wanted anything from me. He was safe, comfortable. A reminder of a more innocent time, I suppose.
Are you happy about your sister's relocation?
She has what I wanted her to have. A normal life, and the freedom to choose her own path. And she knows she has an older sister. A friend.
Are you gonna talk to her again?
I honestly don't know. For once, I haven't planned that far ahead. I'll deal with it after our mission. I have to stay focused, and she needs time to adjust to her new home.
You never told me what you talked about.
I introduced myself. Her family was shocked. She adjusted quickly, of course. She's as smart as I am. She plays the violin, loves the adagio movement of Nielsen's Fifth, just like I do. She wants to work in colony development. Told a joke about it. She's really funny. Something we don't share.
It's funny, I think of you as all business. Good to see that there's a person under there.
Эй, диалога нет.
The mission's too important to let personal feelings interfere.
Ага, последний что
But
сразу
thank you,
сказала.
Commander. My sister is safe again thanks in large part to you. I won't forget that.
Да чё ты садишься? Сейчас еще... Это дежурная фраза
Commander,
была.
What can I do for you?
You have a minute, Miranda?
There's a lot to do, Shepard.
I'll let
Окей,
Of course, Commander.
отлично. Ладно.
Do you need something?
Да.
You mind if I ask you a few questions?
Not at all.
We need to have the best equipment
My
possible.
old contact network often located rare equipment.
Let's see what they've got.
Так, что мне дал? О, больше этих.
Do you
Это
need
хорошо.
You mind if I
Not
ask
at
you a
all.
few?
I've already upgraded the Normandy's exploration probes.
The Drell live on the Hanar homeworld, don't they?
Yes. I know many think the Han are difficult to understand. It's just that they're very formal with those they don't know. We know them quite well. If you ever get close enough to a Hanar that they tell you their soul name, you would find them warm.
I thought that Hanar only let very close friends know their soul name.
Most of my commissions were for Hanar. I grew close to my regular contacts. Soul names tend to be poetic. A Hanar known for its cynicism might take a name that means illuminates the folly of the dancers.
Hanar talk using bioluminescence. That's more of an obstacle than their politeness.
True. Many Drell have had their eyes genetically modified to perceive their higher frequency flashes. I had the treatment. I can't tell the difference between a dark red and black, but I can see ultraviolet light as a silver color.
When you pray for the wicked, who exactly are you praying to?
That depends on the circumstance. To find my target, I speak with them on Kira, Lord of Hunters. When I act to defend another, Arashu, goddess of motherhood and protection. And when I have taken my target, I speak with Kalahira, goddess of oceans and the afterlife.
I didn't know that Drell had many gods.
It's one of our older beliefs. Many embrace the Hanar and Kindlers now, or the Asari philosophies. The old ways are dying. There are so many ways to interpret one's place in the universe. Who needs the wisdom of our ancestors? The younger generations don't believe they can help us fathom genetic engineering, orbital strikes, or alien races.
Oceans and afterlife don't seem to have much in common.
Consider, the ocean is full of life, yet it is not life as you and I know it. To survive there, we must release our hold on land, accept a new way to live. So it is with the death. The soul must accept its departure from the body. If it can't, it will be lost.
There's something else I'd like to talk about.
Ask.
Have a few minutes to talk?
Certainly. We haven't had a chance since I joined.
Ну да,
When we met
это
you,
было
you said you
буквально
were
только
dying.
что.
Yes. I thought you'd want to know more. You don't have to worry about the rest of the crew. My illness is not communicable, even to other Drell. It's called Keprel syndrome.
Are you going to be all right until the end of the mission?
I should be fine for another 8 to 12 months. The more time I spend in human environments, the faster it progresses. I think it's safe to say that by the time my body is incapacitated, we'll be victorious. Or dead. Either way, I won't be a burden to you.
What exactly is the problem?
My people are native to an arid world. Most of us now live on Kaje, the Hanar homeworld. It's very humid and rains every day. Our lungs can't deal with the moisture. Over time, the tissue loses its ability to absorb oxygen. It becomes harder to breathe. Eventually, we suffocate.
Can't they do something about that?
The Hanar have funded a genetic engineering program. They should be able to adapt us. The project has only been running for a few years. I don't believe my body will still draw breath by the time it bears fruit.
Then don't live on Kaji, or use breathers.
Drell have a close relationship with the Hanar. We rely on each other. The best we can do is keep our homes very dry inside.
Is there anything we can do here? Normandy has a state-of-the-art medical bay.
No, thank you. It's being attended to. If the finest medical minds in the Hanar illuminated primacy can't solve the problem, I doubt your ship's medic could. Thank you for your concern. Trust me.
У меня достаточно много связей, я думаю, чтобы как-то попробовать решить этот вопрос, хотя бы не полноценно, но с какой-то, так сказать, оттяжкой. О, Самара.
I am glad I joined your team. It has been too long since I traveled with companions. When the time comes, I will do whatever is necessary.
You're an important part of this crew, Samara.
It is my honor. Also, there is a matter I need to discuss.
Ну, с тобой еще не общались, ну давай, выкладывай.
Very dangerous person I was pursuing. Using the information you obtained, I have located her. She's been going by the name Morinth. I would like to apprehend her before she disappears again.
Didn't you say you'd pick up her trail after our mission?
I know where she is, right now. In a month, she may be gone. This is the best opportunity I've ever had.
Where is she?
Omega, a nightclub called Afterlife, which seems a perfect place for her to hunt.
How important is this?
Killing her has been my focus for 400 years. It is the most important thing in my life, and the reason I became a Justicar.
Tell me about her.
She is an Ardat Yakshi. It is a term from a dead Asari dialect. It means demon of the night winds, but that is mythology. She is simply a very dangerous woman who kills without mercy.
So is an Ardat Yakshi a special kind of murderer?
Morinth suffers a rare genetic disorder. When she mates with you, there is no gentle melding of nervous systems. She overpowers yours, burns it out, hemorrhages your brain. You end up a mindless shell, and soon after, you are dead.
Why isn't this ever mentioned in Asari literature or art?
When we were primitive, there was much fascination with Ardat Yakshi. Some cultures worshipped them as gods of destruction. Now the Asari have a place in the galaxy, and they don't wish this defect to be widely known. As far as I know, only 3 exist today. 2 chose a life of seclusion. The 3rd ran.
Morinth.
She ran, and I am sworn to kill her.
I don't know that I blame her for running.
When she fled, she proved her addiction. She was not taking a great moral stand. She simply wants to keep killing. She is a tragic figure, but not a sympathetic one.
Can't she abstain?
Each encounter gives her strength. The effect is narcotic. The more she does it, the more she needs to do it. She will never stop. She can't.
So you hunt down these Asari just because they're born with a genetic condition?
It manifests with maturity. When one is diagnosed, she is offered the chance to live in seclusion and comfort. If she refuses, it shows her addiction to the ecstasy she gets from killing her mates. There is no redemption for such a person.
This is definitely worthy of your full attention.
She confuses her victims, twists their feelings. They will do anything for her favor.
We need to stop her.
Thank you, Commander. There are no words to express what this means to me. There is one thing more. This creature, this monster. She is my daughter.
You said this is genetic. How many children do you have?
3. And 3 Ardat Yakshi are in existence today. It is as it sounds. Morinth was always the wild one. She was happy and free, but selfish.
I cannot imagine what this is like for you.
I do not want pity, Shepard. I do not accept it. My daughter's condition is my fault.
Интересно, из-за чего так?
Lies in killing her.
Что у нее аж целых 3 получилось Ардата Якша. У нее что-то не то с генетическим кодом? Или она может тоже Ардата Якша, просто она ушла в юстициары.
How did all this happen?
I spent my youth on the move, adventuring. I killed people, mated with them, or just danced the night away. I learned so much, experienced so much, and then my matron days came. I could finally sit back, bask and enjoy my family. But in one moment, it was all taken away.
It sounds terrible.
I sat in a med lab while a nearsighted doctor droned at me, and I learned that nothing was as I thought it would be. I gave up all that I possessed. I own nothing, claim nothing. All my knowledge will die with me. Now my purpose is to destroy my own children.
Those moments change you.
And I've hundreds of years left to live with that. I say too much. Forgive me. Help me find my long-lost daughter. And kill her.
We'll go find Morinth.
Я не закончил.
I hope we can go to Omega soon. My daughter, I believe she is somewhere near the afterlife.
Блять.
I could find... Now my purpose. Help me
We'll
find...
go find Morinth.
Круто, пока не найду Море, ты теперь не смогу от нее ничего не узнать, не получить эти улучшения. Блять. Надо было сразу к ней идти, пока у нее эта вот задача не появилась. Тоже недостаток в данном случае, как по мне. То, что я не могу сейчас с ней поговорить на какие-то другие отвлеченные вопросы. Она будет все время спрашивать, а когда, что и кого.
Shepard, what can I do for you?
Have you got time to talk?
Sure. Let me just... Come on, you little boshtet! Oh, sorry. I've got a small fever and I'm taking it out on the poor drive core. Don't worry, it's nothing serious. Got sloppy while doing some suit repair.
А где ты вообще живешь? Ты явно не тут спишь. И эти ребята явно не там спят.
You're sick? Do you need help or time to rest?
Really, it's not that bad. If a stray bit of bacteria could really kill us, we'd have all died by now. The fever should go away in a day or two. Don't worry. It won't affect my performance on the mission. It's not even an illness, really. What we experience is actually an acute allergic reaction.
How exactly does the sickness work? It's an allergic reaction?
Right. Say I get exposed to a human disease, like... What did Navigator Presley have that time? Chickenpox? I
Уже не
wouldn't
болеет,
get
к сожалению.
chickenpox, but I'd run a fever as my system reacted to the foreign presence. Depending on where it hits me, I could get other symptoms. Nausea, vomiting, everything you'd expect from being sick.
How did you get sick this time?
I took some fire in a fight back on the Allerai. Nothing serious, but I needed to open my suit to check the wound. I disinfected properly, but one of the section seals had taken some damage, and foreign matter got out of the disinfected zone. It was a stupid mistake. You always check your seals before doing local treatment. Unless you forget. Then you get a damn fever.
You can seal off part of your suit?
Right. Like dropping emergency doors on a ship during a hull breach. It won't stop an infection that gets into my bloodstream, but it prevents a surface infection from spreading.
Were your immune system stronger before the Geth drove you from your homeworld?
Not as strong as those of most races, definitely. I'm not a biologist, but there's a theory about it. Because our planet lacked insect life, plants developed symbiotic relationships with large animals to spread seeds or pollen. Most viruses on our world were partially beneficial, so our immune systems evolved to be weak. They were more likely to adapt to contamination than fight it.
But Quarians colonized other worlds. They couldn't all have been like that.
They weren't. Most colonists went through a period of mild illness before adapting to the new environment. When the Geth took the homeworld and our colonies, the sterile environment on the flotilla ruined our immune system's adaptability. Even if we colonized a new world or reclaimed our own, we'd need a long process of bioengineering to recover.
I don't know if I could live inside a suit my whole life.
We're in our suits even among family. The most intimate thing we can do with another Quarian is link our suit environments. We get sick at first and then we adapt. It's our most important gesture of trust, of acceptance. I haven't trusted anyone enough for that, though. Except... well, no Quarians. You know what I mean.
I appreciate the thought, Tali, and I feel the same way. But you don't have to prove anything to me.
I know. Well, not that I know, but I didn't mean it like that. It's a... wow, it's really hot in here. It's just that the tradition also signifies a willingness for, intimacy. I wasn't trying to... It's not always like that. It's more... how did we even end up talking about this?
Ты с мата начала.
It sounds like you're suggesting something, Tali.
What could I possibly be suggesting? I mean, a young woman gets rescued by a dashing commander who lets her join his crew and then goes off to save the galaxy? How could she possibly develop any kind of interest in him?
Ну, бляха. Ну давай так.
Nothing to be embarrassed about, Tally. I feel the same way about you.
Really? I didn't know. You never. Well, good. Anyway, I should get back to work. But thanks for coming by and talking.
Ну я и мудак. Ну я и мудак. Ну, блядь, мне любопытно. Мне тупо любопытно.
Ah, she can't hear us with her head in that bucket. Don't get me wrong, it's a beautiful bucket. The whole suit is lovely. Quite snug.
Дональд, блядь, ты пиздишься.
You know I can hear you.
Ох, Доннелли, ох, да пиздишься ты когда-нибудь с такими шутками. Даже Джокер себе, наверное, такого не позволяет.
Hey.
Tell me something I don't know about you.
Nothing to tell. Why?
I want to know more, and I'm not going away.
I'm here to fight for you. Nothing says we have to be friends, but whatever. Something you don't know, huh? Obvious stuff, like what's up with my ink, or something else just as boring. You're not really interested unless it affects you. I've been through all this shit before.
I could be genuine. You have no way of knowing.
I have eyes and I have history. You'll back off as soon as you realize you're not the first, and I'm immune to your help.
I'll bite. What's with the tattoos?
Some are for prisons I've been in. Some are for kills. You know, good ones. Some are for things I've lost. Those aren't your business. They're nobody's business. And some are because, hey, why the fuck not?
You're tough, but you can't have survived alone all these years.
When I was starting out, I ran with this girl Manara and her boyfriend. They knew their way around. I thought they'd help me. Right. They helped me into their bed. And when we finally did take down something big, they helped themselves to my share of the take. I knew where it was heading. And I got them first. Never bothered with friends after that.
They sound like selfish pricks. That doesn't mean they were gonna kill you.
I get feelings. I don't need proof. I did the smart thing. I always do the smart thing if people fuck with me. That's probably something you should remember.
Mm-hmm.
You work pretty hard at not letting people get close.
I've been with lots of people. If you're asking about a boyfriend or a girlfriend, no. It's a waste of time and it never works. You let someone get that close, it just means they need a shorter knife. Lonely and alive works just fine, thanks.
Seems like you miss it a little more than you want to admit.
Pick every little word apart if you want, but it doesn't change the way the galaxy works. Come on, you've been around.
I have to go, but we should do this again.
Wait. My turn with the questions. People usually walk by now. Why are you really asking all these things? Are you eyeing me up? Because if this is just about sex, maybe you should just fucking say so.
I'm in no hurry. I want to know what makes you tick first.
You don't need to know someone to sleep with them. You just have to know where to put it. Okay. Maybe we'll talk later. Maybe not.
Румничала, да? Хотела развести, а не получилось. Ха.
Shepard.
Чё, как делать, а?
How you doing?
Как у тебя дела?
I was just sitting here thinking. The picture, I'm finally starting to get it. There's a tank imprint, the battle at Canrum. A dead Turian, stripped. You don't see them out of their armor much. A Krogan boot on his head, and a claw hammer. It's under the brow plate, pulling it back, right? Eyes have gone black, and you see tension in the muscle. You can feel it ready to snap. I get it.
Canrum isn't ringing a bell.
Death of Shiagar, female warlord. Turians killed her, so they were hunted down and made examples. Even if they won the war, it was the last push before the rebellions ended.
Maybe I had to be there, but I don't get the joke.
There's no joke. It's just great. It's a Turian, and he's being torn apart for what they did. I felt nothing before, but Now I get it. It was a good fight. The enemy was destroyed to punish them all and send a message. I get it. I hate Turians.
Эй.
I thought you'd be glad.
Вот именно. Мне так-то Гарус. Мой
Is
хороший
this
Кент.
Krogan insight? Realizing you hate someone enough to justify torture?
It's not torture. He's dead. But sure, it's wrong. The crime against us was bad, so the message had to be equal or worse. It's not Okir's hate, and it's not who they are. It's what they did. Thanks to you, I have a clan. I'm starting to see why this is important. Anyway, I'm still figuring where I fit, but it made me laugh. Nothing else really on my mind, Shepard.
Да, все нормально. У каждого свои закидоны.
Commander, you've received a new
О,
message
уже?
at your private terminal.
Келли, блин. Так, ну мы вроде прошлись по всем, да? Со всеми поболтали. Я все-таки не знаю, когда мне идти за серым посредником, сейчас идти или после сюжетки сходить. С одной стороны, сейчас, если сходить, все дела на Илиуме будут закончены совсем. Наверное, все-таки пойдем сейчас. Думается мне.